Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got an update that went live yesterday for Black Ops 6 Zombies, and it is here to address the grief game mode. So I want to take a quick moment today and let's talk about it. Diving right into it, this is a letter from Treyarch to us about the grief game mode. They say thank you to everyone who's been diving headfirst into grief. It's been awesome watching your videos, reading your posts, and playing along with you. We've focused on moving quickly to make the mode even better and have identified several changes for today and upcoming updates based on player data. First up, melee attacks. We want melee attacks to stay relevant as a mechanic to mess with enemy players, but it shouldn't be the meta. Amen! We're taking our first steps to address this by reducing the amount of flinch when hit by enemy player melee attacks and making sure melee attacks from the same weapon won't apply a new stun and slow until the previous stun and slow effects are over. Next up, the match length. Our target ceiling is around 30 minutes, and we're seeing some matches last well over an hour or two. We've experienced that here on the channel, so we've got some updates. Today, we've increased the number of kills required to charge Ether Shroud and Healing Aura, so they'll be less reliable as a get out of jail free option when your team's in trouble, and we have other changes in testing to make later rounds deadlier. We're also planning to reduce the amount of salvage in play to prevent support stacking, as well as to prevent gobblegum spam and further limit the number of craftable self-revives. And third, we want to make all griefs feel impactful. We're working on the best ways to increase their griefness, so that weapon carousel isn't the only one you're afraid of, and to incentivize more players to capture those zones. Look for those changes in a future update. Thanks again for playing, and let us know how these new changes feel in game. And then when you look at the actual patch notes here, they've significantly reduced the flinch effect hit by enemy players' melee attacks. They talked about that in their little blog there. Repeating melee attacks from the same weapon no longer apply a new stun and slow until the previous stun and slow are over. Ether Shroud and Healing Aura field upgrades now take longer to charge. 240 kills for Healing Aura and 180 kills for Ether Shroud. That is a significant increase. They addressed an issue where players could occasionally lose the ability to use their weapons after Weapon Roulette. Weapon Roulette now grants players appropriate weapons, and addressed an issue where wonder weapons could unintentionally be brought into matches and reduce the number of map icons outside of the grief arena. So those are some pretty good changes, and I think that is a pretty good start. I feel like this little mini blog here about grief from Treyarch just echoed everything that I had to say and every complaint that I made about the grief game mode. And not just me, a lot of you out there had the exact same complaints as I did. But yeah, the match lengths need to be addressed. It does look like they are going to be addressing that. The fact that there is no griefs to the griefs, and that Treyarch says they're going to increase their griefness so that you're not only just afraid of the weapon carousel, which is the only griefable grief in the game. Getting rid of that melee spam, reducing that is definitely going to help. It's going to help the toxic play. Is it going to help right now in grief? Probably not, but it does sound like these changes are going to be coming sooner rather than later to the game mode. And I, for one, am very much looking forward to what the final grief product is going to be, because I think it's going to be really good. I think the potential is there for the game mode. I said this in my original video with grief. I know the potential is there. It just needs some changes to make it happen, and it does seem like Treyarch is on top of it, and they are ready to make those necessary changes. But anyway, that's going to do it. If you enjoy this style of video, make sure you let me know. This is kind of something new. We don't really do this very often, but definitely after all the negativity that it gave to grief, I definitely wanted to come back and give it a little bit of positivity and say thank you, Treyarch, for listening to the community, listening to everybody, and making those positive changes to make this game mode the best that it can possibly be. If you want to watch me get absolutely owned trying to get the new Dark Ops of Legend calling card, go ahead and check out this video here. My name is Cool Whip, and I'm out.